Well, hey, you guys, a 2023 Yahoo Finance survey found that nearly 68% of Americans earn $60,000 a year or less. So this just proves that despite what social media is telling you, the average person is not making 6 or 7-figure salaries on average. So today, I thought it would be encouraging and maybe a little fascinating to take a look at some of my favorite millionaire stories from The Ramsey Show that prove to you that you can win with money making an average salary. As the kids would say, don't gatekeep around here. So watch till the end if you want to hear the #1 secret to building wealth according to the millionaires themselves. But before we dive in, I'm going to tell you about one of our sponsors, Christian Healthcare Ministries, because this is a faith-based alternative to health insurance that can make healthcare more affordable, and that is Christian Healthcare Ministries. CHM allows members to share each other's healthcare costs, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, choose the healthcare provider that you want. Step 2, submit your eligible bills. And Step 3, get reimbursed. CHM members take care of your eligible medical bills. With no networks and the freedom to choose your healthcare provider, CHM is the best option for Christians who want to take care of their families and help other believers. Find out more at chministries.org/budget. So if you haven't heard of The Ramsey Show, historically it was The Dave Ramsey Show, and that's where my dad would host a radio show every day, 5 days a week, all over the country. And then it shifted a few years ago to The Ramsey Show, and there's other hosts, including myself. I love this platform because we get to hear from real people, their real success stories, the success stories as well as the struggles. And so if you want to hear these calls and hopefully maybe encourage you when it comes to your financial success, make sure to check out The Ramsey Show. And if you've never watched a clip of a debt-free scream, which is probably the best, it's where people tell their stories about getting out of debt and they get to scream at the end of the call that they are debt-free. If you haven't heard that, I promise you will want to. So I will leave one of my favorites linked for you below, so make sure to check that out. So when people call into The Ramsey Show every week, again, it usually has to do with their money or they need guidance in a certain area of their life. But sometimes we hear from people who have just been implementing these financial principles and they're able to share all of what they've learned, which is just amazing. And so a few years ago, while we were in the middle of doing our National Study of Millionaires survey, our research project, where we surveyed more than 10,000 millionaires, Dave took a call from a guy named Dale, and he had a net worth of almost $3 million. And you're never gonna believe how he got there. So here's Dale's breakdown. He's 69 years old, living in Orlando. He has $1.6 million in retirement investments. He has $450,000 in real estate, $260,000 in annuities, a $250,000 settlement from an accident, $160,000 in cash. So all in all, Dale has around a $3 million net worth. But those numbers were not the wildest part, you guys, because my favorite part of the story is that he did all of that by making no more than $48,000 a year. Yeah, you guys, I mean, that's the highest salary that he ever earned when he was in the military. It was right under $50,000. And he's married, but his wife never worked outside the home or added to their household income. So again, it's amazing when you stay the course and you see the progress like that. Another one of my favorite stories was David the plumber. So David was 70 years old. And again, as you hear these ages, you guys, these are men that have, done this, men and women that have done this over periods of time, right? So you're hearing the success over years and decades of doing this. So in his case, he's 70 years old in San Antonio, Texas, and has a $1.8 million in retirement through mutual funds. He also owns his home and says that he got there by investing a little bit every single month. Now, this call was several years ago, and today the average starting salary for a plumber is around $60,000, which is where his average was. And he worked hard and enjoyed his time, but he was really good at what he did, and he was constantly investing, again, in mutual funds over his lifetime, and ended up being in an amazing spot where he was able to retire. So you don't have to make yourself miserable by climbing the professional ladder in a job that you absolutely hate to earn a great income, you guys, and to be able to invest for the future. So again, it's this hustling of feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to make 6 figures right out of college and go, go, go. There are people in all walks of life who have different stories, experiencing different parts of the world and their talents and their passions, and they're making an average mid-range salary, but they're still retiring millionaires. In fact, 1/3 of millionaires that we surveyed never made more than $100,000. And the fact that teachers are constantly in the top 5 careers of millionaires, it speaks volumes because teachers currently make on average $51,000 a year. So it proves again that when you are in a system of good financial choices and you're making great habits, that is more powerful than having a surplus of cash coming in every month. Now, if you have a surplus of cash, that's great if you have great habits, but creating those great habits is where you need to start. So if you stuck around to hear the number one secret to building wealth, it's really simple. 8 out of 10 millionaires that we surveyed invested consistently in a 401k throughout their career. And 3 out of 4 millionaires say that regular, consistent investing is what ultimately brought them success. So it almost is never this get-rich-quick scheme that brings you that financial peace. It is regular people just like you developing good money habits over time. And speaking of good money habits, if you've never taken Financial Peace University, make sure to do it. This is our course. It's 9 weeks long, and it is so helpful. It teaches you the basics when it comes to money. And again, it's for real people that we talk about every single day here on this show, here on the Ramsey Show. So make sure to check it out. I will leave a link for you. So again, just a little encouragement. Yes, is having a higher salary great? Sure. But not if you don't have great money habits and you're making the right choices when it comes to your lifestyle and your money. So you guys can do this. Remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.